Okay, good day. So now we will have the continuation for our Bill of Rights topic. So please get your photocopy or your soft copy so that you can be guided along this video. All right. So let's have section 6 first. It states here that the liberty of abode and of exchanging the same within the limits prescribed by law shall not be impaired except upon lawful orders of the court. Neither shall the right to travel be impaired except in the interest of national security, public safety, or public health as may be provided by law. What does it mean? Okay, let us try to um, do it phrase by phrase. First, it mentioned here the liberty of abode. What does it mean? That we Filipinos, okay, has the right to choose where we want to live. Okay, we have the right to choose where we want to live. If you want to live in Dumaguete, you can. If you want to live in Tanay, you can. What does it mean also? Aside from that, it mentioned here and of changing the same. It only means nga if you want to transfer residence, pwede kaayo. Okay? Pwede kaayo. For example, in my case, I am originally from Tanay City. But when I got married, okay, I decided to transfer residence here in Dumaguete City. Unsay buot pasabot ana that my what's this? My decision to to transfer is part of my right, okay? My decision to transfer a new residence is part of my right under section 6. Okay. However, there is a little exemption about the abode and of changing abode. Okay. Unsa man, it mentioned here, within the limits prescribed by law, shall not be impaired except upon lawful orders of the court. What does it mean? Though it is true, we can decide where to live. We can decide immediately if we want to transfer residence, but that is not applicable all the time. Most especially if there is already an order from the court. A good example is if you happen to commit a crime, okay, and you were found guilty, and then later on, um, you were given a probation, so nahimo na kang probationer, part of the conditions under your probation is that you cannot transfer residence. Except if there is already a written approval coming from the Parole and Probation Administration. Okay? Another good example is if you happen to be a parolee, same gyapon, you cannot transfer residence anytime you want. If you happen to be a pardonee because you were given a conditional pardon, when you say conditional pardon, it only means that you do have you cannot enjoy your liberty 100%. Why? You need to follow first the conditions, okay, attached on your temporary release. Temporary release. Temporary because your criminal liability is not yet totally extinguished. Usa binisaya pa, wala na wala tanan. Okay. So unsay buot pasabot ana kung maghiskot ta sa section 6, particularly kanang gaingon diya nga except upon lawful orders of the court, kaingon dira part sa imong condition as a parolee, as a pardonee given of conditional pardon, and a probationer, that you cannot transfer residence anytime you want. Kuha? Okay. Another, the second sentence here states that neither shall the right to travel be impaired. Okay, usa may buot pasabot, ang gobyerno walay katungod nga did-an ta sa atuang pag-travel. Okay? Ang government walay dili makabuot nato. Okay? If you want to travel to Boracay, if you want to travel to Palawan, if you want to travel to Manila, if you want to travel any place of the globe, walay katungod ang gobyerno nga bawalan ka. Pero, remember, that right is not always absolute. Nga naman, there is always an exemption. Lantawa, it mentioned, it is stated in section 6, kaingon diri, except, nanapoy except. Okay? So, except in the interest of national security, public safety, or public health, or as may be provided by law. Usa may buot pasabot. Sa panahon nga naay kira, sa panahon that there is rebellion, sa panahon that the public safety and public health is in danger, just like what is happening right now. There is corona, unsay buot pasabot. The government has the right, nga bawalan ka to travel. Mao nang naka-experience ta og ECQ and GCQ. Mao ganing nakabantay mo that our ports were closed, the Cebuanos, the Cebuanes, Boholanos, so on and so forth, they were not allowed to enter. Okay? So again, sa number 6, section 6, the key word is that it focuses more on the freedom of abode. Pagpuyo. Okay? Ang balay. Okay? Your section 6 also focuses on the freedom of movement. Unsay buot pasabot ang atong freedom to travel, to go anywhere we want. But you need to remember in section 6, if there is already a lawful order from the court, your liberty, okay, or your freedom of abode and change of abode is gibawal. Okay? If there is a lawful order from the court. Another, your freedom to travel also is gibawal, okay, prohibited by the government if naay rebellion, naay war, or naay mga sakit just like coronavirus. Okay, so section 7. So the right of the people to information on matters of public concern shall be recognized. Access to official records and to documents and papers pertaining to official acts, transactions, or decisions, as well as to the government research data used as basis for policy development, shall be afforded to the citizen, subject to such limitations as may be provided by law. So, unsay buot pasabot sa Section 7 of our Bill of Rights. It focuses more on our right to information. Unsa mga information? Information that involves our public concern. Like a good example is data, no, papers, mga official records on how the government spent the budget. It is our right to know. Okay, another good example is kanang panghitabo karon sa coronavirus. We do have the right people to know kung pila na ang active cases sa Negros Oriental, okay, sa Cebu, sa Siquijor, sa Manila, so on and so forth, kinahanglang makabaluta. Okay, nga naman, that is part of our right to information. Unsa may main point of our Section 7? The main point of Section 7 is for government transparency. The government should always make sure that they are transparent to us by giving us our right of information. Okay, so now let us move forward to Section 8. Okay, look at your digital copies, class. So, Section 8 states there that the right of the people, including those employed in public and private sectors, to form unions, associations, or societies for purposes not contrary to the law, shall not be abridged. Okay, so the main point of our Section 8 is it talks about our freedom of association and our right to join in trade unions. Ang pangutana, why is it gilabot magyud din Section 8 ang creating and joining associations, unions, and societies as part of our Bill of Rights? Because through associations, through unions, through the societies, it improves the lives of the worker. Very good example, teachers union or teachers association. What does it mean? That if, for example, a certain school has a union for its employees, for its teachers, that union will serve as a voice of these private employees to the school administration. For example, if they do have a problem with regards their salary because their salary is not enough or or is not within the standards of a professional teacher, okay, so meaning to say that union will help these teachers, these private employees, to address it to the school administration. So kung binisayon, makatabang na para mutaas ang ilahang sweldo. Okay? And another is, for example, sa Manila, this is very common. They do create a union, okay, a union for taxi drivers, union for drivers, okay. So the most commonly addressed na if there is a high price on the oil and medyo dugay-dugay na nga taas niya and the what's this plite or fare of the commuters is still the same. The job of the union is to address it to the proper office of the government to have some fair 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 price hike. Okay? So, dapat i-increase. Okay? So, through that union, it really makes the people's lives better. And people's concerns and needs are recognized as well. Pero, atong hinunduman, though Section 8 mentioned that we do have a freedom to join and create, no? To join and create associations, unions, and society, pero dili sa tanang panahon allowed. Dili sa tanang panahon pwede. Anus aman if such union or association or societies. If their main mission and vision is to commit rebellion, no, against the Philippine government, that's the time nga dili pwede ang Section 8.